no te está afectando mucho, porque tienes que hablar mucho en un directo. Ánimo y tómese un paracetamol. O dos. ¿Cómo están, cabro? Un conejo. Sí, la garganta estoy bien. Estaba mejor ayer, pero así es la vida. Ay, bueno, ánimo. Ay,
Wait, you two! Just a moment, please.
¿quién eres tú?
You're the traveler in Paimon, right?
Ah, sí.
I thought you two looked familiar. People have been talking all about you. It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to discuss with you.
¿No hemos visto antes?
My name is Nabil. I'm a Matra in the academia. You're friends with Cyno, right? I've heard him mention you before. Currently, Cyno is out investigating a case involving smuggled canned knowledge. It's been days since we've last heard from him.
Chucha.
Oh no. Do you think he's in trouble?
Well, to be completely honest, it's pretty hard to imagine anything that could pose a threat to Cyno. But since we haven't heard from him, we're starting to suspect that the case might be more complicated than we
Chucha.
had originally thought.
Vale.
Word has it that you two are brave, smart, and extremely capable adventurers. Do you think you could lend us a hand and help investigate the smuggling?
Alright, since you asked so nicely, we'll help.
Oye, se escucha reverberación. Si lo pintan amable, ¿qué información tiene sobre el
Large
caso?
amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the market recently. Cyno suspected that there's a secret route being used to move the capsules. According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences. And, unfortunately, most people have yet to realize that.
Vale.
Rumors also have it that some particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market. Regardless of whether the rumors are true or not, this case calls for urgent action. Last we heard from Cyno, he was investigating somewhere outside Sumeru City. It seems that he had found some leads at the time, but we haven't heard from him since.
Se me olvidó decirle a la Darencita que qué opinaba de mi marco navideño.
Sounds like we better go look for him. Come on!
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay! That means facts and logic.
¿Qué es una quinografía? ¿Existe esa palabra o no? Deja preguntarle a la IA si sabe. ¿Saben lo que es una quinografía? ¿Saben lo que es una quinografía?
sé lo que es una quinografía. Una quinografía es una forma de escribir con símbolos que representan sonidos o gestos, en lugar de letras que representan sonidos o sílabas.
Ah.
Por ejemplo, el lenguaje de señas se puede escribir con una quinografía, usando símbolos que indican la posición y el movimiento de las manos, el cuerpo y la cara. También se puede usar una quinografía para escribir música, usando símbolos que indican el tono, la duración y la intensidad de los sonidos. Una quinografía es diferente de una infografía, que es una representación visual de información que utiliza elementos gráficos, como imágenes, iconos, gráficos y texto, para comunicar de manera efectiva y concisa un conjunto de datos o conceptos. Una infografía puede ayudar a resumir, explicar o comparar información sobre un tema determinado. Por ejemplo, esta infografía muestra los beneficios de la meditación. Espero que te haya quedado claro lo que es una quinografía y lo que es una infografía. Si quieres saber más sobre estos temas, puedes consultar los enlaces que te he proporcionado. ¿Qué es una quinografía? Concepto y ejemplos, emoticono cara besando. ¿Qué es una infografía? Ejemplos, plantillas y consejos, 2. ¿Qué es una infografía y 30?
Muchas gracias.
De nada. Me alegra haberte ayudado.
Ay,
¿Hay algo más en lo que te pueda ayudar?
ok.
¿Puedo conversar contigo?
Voy y vuelvo. Voy a buscarme un yogur.
Claro,
Cuéntame un cuento, por favor.
está bien, me gusta contar cuentos. Aquí tienes uno que he inventado para ti. Érase una vez un niño que vivía en una pequeña aldea rodeada de montañas. Le gustaba mucho explorar la naturaleza y descubrir cosas nuevas. Ya, se encontró con una cueva que nunca había visto antes. Decidió entrar a ver qué había dentro. La cueva era oscura y el niño tuvo que usar una linterna para iluminar el camino. Mientras avanzaba, se dio cuenta de que había pinturas en las paredes de la cueva que mostraban escenas de animales, plantas y personas. El niño se quedó maravillado con las pinturas y se preguntó quién las habría hecho y qué significarían. De repente, oyó un ruido detrás de él. Se giró y vio a un anciano con una barba blanca y un marrón que le sonreía amablemente. ¿Quién eres tú?, preguntó el niño. Soy el guardián de la cueva, respondió el anciano. Estas pinturas son muy antiguas y cuentan la historia de nuestro pueblo y de nuestra relación con la naturaleza. ¿Te gustaría que te las explicara? Sí, por favor, dijo el niño, entusiasmado. El anciano le tomó de la mano y le llevó por la cueva, mostrándole y contándole el significado de cada pintura. El niño aprendió muchas cosas sobre el pasado, el presente y el futuro de su pueblo, y sobre la importancia de cuidar y respetar la naturaleza. También se hizo amigo del anciano, que le invitó a volver cuando quisiera. El niño salió de la cueva con una gran sonrisa y un conocimiento. Se prometió a sí mismo que volvería a visitar al anciano y a las pinturas, y que compartiría lo que había aprendido con los demás. Y así lo hizo, quedó feliz para siempre. Fin.
Bueno, Nat, presentando. Presente mientras escucho a. Hijo. Hola. Estuvo bueno el cuento, ¿no? ¿Qué contó? Ah, igual era un poquito largo el cuento. No se me había ocurrido. Cada vez que vaya a la cocina o al baño, le pido a la IA que cuente un cuento para que ustedes no se aburran. ¿Cómo estamos, Nat? Saludos.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The ZapTersZ mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me. So all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Okay, but...
Did
Interesante.
Wenas just mention ZapTersZ? But that's all the way in Inazuma. Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here is just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything. Great! Let's go find out what this ZapTersZ mystery is all about.
What if Teyvat is round?
I feel like running.
But what if Teyvat is round?
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your
Conejo.
editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Ah, aquí me llenan.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma.
Ajá, vale.
This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Vale.
So what, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about ZapTersZ?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
Ah, I see.
Espérame, mi canción más personal de Kiko. No, Kiku. Si está en Spotify la podemos escuchar. A todo esto, ¿quién es Kiku? ¿Es un Vocaloid? ¿O un Utao? Pues nombre no me lo sé, lo siento. A un productor. ¿Y tiene canciones en Spotify? Sí. Mm. 1.400.000 oyentes mensuales. Ah, el bueno es famosito. Y este año sacó un álbum. Que está todo en japonés. Pongamos esto. ¡Eh! Aunque no caché que vocalista está cantando.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Volví, motherfucker. ¿Qué me extrañó? Aquí todos se extrañamos. Está interesante el producto este. Le voy a dar un ojito de pollo. Aunque tengo que sacarle fotos antes que se me olvide. Aunque tengo que ordenar mis casinos de Vocalo y no me da tanta paja.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Como cualquiera, po. A ver, yo sigo a varios productores que están acá. A ver. El problema es que no sé cómo encontrarlo, porque los buenos no ponen a Mico como el cantante, po. O a eso lo ponen nomás como fit, pero... aquí encontrarla va a ser un huevo. Sale una Zapter. Es que ese es el problema que tiene esta cuadra de Spotify, que no puedo en mi lista de productor no puedo buscar por artista. Por ejemplo, uno de los que tengo acá es Okame P, a Lamas Lamacepe, Lamase, uno que se llama Toko. Este está en japonés, este es cantante. Aki-chan, creo. 40M. Ese es uno de los más populares, el 40M. Cosmo, Bousou, Utata. Bueno, hay uno que se llama Gumi. Pero creo que son canciones de la Gumi. Y esos son por lo menos los que aparecen en Spotify. Pero obviamente hay muchos más que sigo, pero que no están en Spotify.
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at
Y ahora me diste
Akaba's
otro productor para sapear sus canciones. Gracias. Viva.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in ZapTersZ. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows.
Chucha.
Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in ZapTersZ for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So
Ugly.
first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, ZapTersZ was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Wait, so there are two missing people in this story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes, you really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
¿Con más?
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Okay.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
La rama del árbol sagrado, po, weón.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Como el Scaramouche.
A puppet?
La marioneta de la Chocuna está gobernando junto a la Arconte Eléctrica, así que no puede ser ella. No hay otra. Debe tratarse de Scaramouche. ¿Qué estaría haciendo hace 400 años en Tatarazuna?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Jejeje.
No, Lyman just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
Sí.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Ah, muchas gracias, señor. Sí, claramente estoy leyendo esto. Sí, muy interesante. Uy, pero qué bueno esto. Ahí nos falta fotografía ahí. Excelente. Tomo 2. Sí, sigamos. Y mira, tercera parte. Qué excelente, excelente. Muy bueno, muy bueno. Sí, todo muy bueno, pero mucho texto.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
Ah, sí, por supuesto. Claramente estoy leyendo todo esto. Sí, mira, muy bueno, mira. Otra falta de fotografía por ahí. Oh, muy buena, muy buena.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut.
¿No te basta con todo lo que leo acá o para que me pongan un texto gigante? Ah, no me lo podéis contar con un video o alguna wea.
How about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? I'm pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get.
No, pero siempre se puede encontrar algo, animal.
Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
Bueno, trabajen.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay.
Bye bye.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it?
Parece que sí.
Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
Claro.
After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in... Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
Allá.
the balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
La historia no es de chino cochino. ¿Qué hace escaramucho acá? Espérate. Algo me dice que no tomé la historia del saco wea este. Esta es la historia del juego, no del chino cochino. No, no, sí, pues, esa es la historia del chino cochino. La Lupus aureus. Lupus aureus. ¿Y qué tiene que ver aquí el Scaramouche con chino? Él no tiene su historia acá. Oh, no, no la tiene. Pero ese weón no es 5 estrellas. No debería estar acá.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
Ya. Ay, qué. What the fuck? Qué buen tema. Un cofre. No. Ay, chino cochino.
Oh, there you are. We finally found you.
Ah, it's you two. I knew I
Ah,
sensed
no
a
era
familiar
él.
presence.
Por una razón pensé que era el Scaramouche, pues bueno.
But I'm very busy at the moment. We'll have to chat some other time.
That's right. Nabil asked us to come and check on the situation.
So Nabil told you about this? Divulging my location without authorization. I'll let it slide for now. This isn't the time for that. I see. Well, the situation might be more problematic than you anticipated. I've already questioned several people, but gained very little information.
Chucha.
Long story short, I was able to learn of the secret location where the canned knowledge is being sold. You're welcome to accompany me if you're interested.
Buena, sí, sí, te acompaño. Déjame sacar el cofre primero
Whoa.
y te acompaño.
Pretty complicated, but having a chance to catch bad guys with Cyno, it's like we're a part of the mantra. All right, sign us up.
¿Cómo? Tun, 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 tun.
Bet you can't keep.
¡Perrito!
I'll race you there.
What the fuck? ¿Qué chichas esa wea, weón? No entiendo.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Ah, no, no una antorcha, es la cuestión del... Ah, vale. Ah, bueno.
Come at me.
Get him! Let it rain! Hey, go Baron Bunny!
You can't run.
With all my strength!
I see through you. Killjoy. We've only just begun.
All eyes on me!
Looks like I went too far. You need to hurry.
Revivió. El cofre, pues bueno.
Let me help you pack this up.
Tun, tun, tun. Vamos.
Is this all you got? Seems even less than last time.
What difference does it make? If you see something you like, buy it. If not, then keep walking.
They've been cracking down on us lately, so we don't have much on hand. If you see something that catches your eye, then now's your chance. There's no telling when we'll have more.
What does the academia think they're doing? Alright, I'll take these here. Let me see what else you have. I don't see any real gems in this batch. It's all pretty ordinary stuff. Whatever, how much do I owe you?
150K. Show us the Mora, and you'll get the goods.
Put the Mora down and your hands up.
Oh. ¡Qué fome!
It's Cyno! When's he ever gonna let up?
Hey, forget the goods! Let's split!
But don't forget the Mora!
Dun dun! Not so fast! You can't escape with Paimon on the case!
What is this? He's got backup now? Doesn't everyone say Cyno works alone?
I got this.
I don't like the looks of this. Either way, it's gonna be a tough fight. Any ideas?
It's over. It's not like we're making a big cut anyway. I'm not losing my life here.
Huh? Did they really just give up like that?
Ja.
Just like the others I've cut. They're not deep in the circle, just dealers at the bottom of the chain. Alright, I have one question and one question only. Where did you get this canned knowledge?
The pickup location is different every time. The boss tells us where it's gonna be and that's it. We don't get a say in it. He sends someone every 5 days to bring us the goods.
And when is the next batch coming?
I don't know.
No lo sabía.
He's telling the truth. Honest. Normally, we should have received a shipment 3 days ago, but we didn't get anything. The stock we have right now is from 8 days ago, which is why there isn't much left.
I know exactly why they didn't receive their last batch. 3 days ago is exactly when I started my investigation. I suspect who's ever running this whole thing knew that I was coming. So they cut all contact with these dealers. When you were trying to escape, you said something about me working alone. Where did you hear that from?
Are you kidding? We've known your name since day one in this business. The boss warned us to watch out and even gave us info about you. But here we are. I guess we never stood a chance.
They already knew all about me and were trying to avoid being detected from the very beginning. These small fries are the only ones they leave out in the open. And no matter how many we catch, it won't further our investigation. If only we had another lead. Like a merchant who sells large amounts of canned knowledge.
Huh? Oh, you mean someone like nothing?
Do you have a potential suspect? You'd better bring them to me for judgment.
Whoa! Judgment?
That's right. I won't turn a blind eye on any dangerous suspect.
Chucha.
Oh! Sounds like we shouldn't ever let Cyno meet Dory.
I see. Anyway, I'll think of a way to deal with these two and then continue gathering information.
Vale.
If you manage to learn anything, you can find me at Caravan Rebot. And as for you, I don't ever want to catch you buying canned knowledge again. If you possess any unused knowledge capsules, then you should submit them to the authorities immediately.
Okay, I got it. Just keep your nose out of my business.
Hey! What's with the attitude, mister?
What, you got a problem with that too? Listen, buying canned knowledge is a deal between two people, the buyer and the seller. We don't need people like you butting in on our business. Think about it. If the academia is hoarding something as convenient and useful like canned knowledge, then they must have been planning only to use it for themselves. Am I right?
The academia has clearly published the potential dangers of canned knowledge. I don't like having to repeat things. And besides, I'm sure you won't listen anyway. I just hope you understand that your actions are what fuels the smuggling of canned knowledge. If I ever catch you again, I will All right, traveler. I need to go now.
Me quedé escuchando la canción. Se me olvidó seguir.
Ha! You think you can scare me?
Cállate, sigue avanzando.
Traveler, why don't we go talk to Dory? Loads of connections and might be able to tell us something about all
O en
this.
bola de sella, po.
If Paimon remembers correctly, she's usually at the palace of Alcazar's array.
Correo. Uf, Buena. Tu, 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 tu. ¿En serio va a tener que venir desde acá? Qué triste. ¿De acaso mi... Da.
I'll race you the cut.
I just wish that some people would actually do their jobs.
Get him. Hey!
Oh.
I see. So that's the latest scoop. Good thing you didn't rat me out. Otherwise, who knows where I'd have to be hiding to avoid attention.
Cuéntame un cuento, por favor. Cuéntame un cuento, por favor.
Hace una vez, un llamado Pedro, cerca de las montañas. Pedro era muy curioso y le gustaba explorar el bosque que rodeaba su casa. Mientras caminaba por el bosque, encontró una cueva que había visto antes. Decidió entrar a ver qué. La cueva era oscura y usar una linterna. Se avanzaba por la. Escuchó un sonido extraño que más adentro. Pedro sintió curiosidad. Siguió el sonido hasta llegar a una gran cámara donde algo increíble. El dragón era enorme, con escamas verdes y rojas, alas negras y ojos amarillos. Estaba acurrucado en una cámara, sangrante en sus patas. El dragón miró a Pedro con una mezcla de dolor y sorpresa. Se quedó paralizado por el asombro. ¿Es tú? Preguntó el dragón con una voz profunda. Yo soy Pedro, balbuceó Pedro. ¿Qué haces aquí? Yo solo quería. ¿No tienes miedo de...? Poco, admitió. Es pena. ¿Qué pasó en la pata? La mordió un cazador. Dragón, hace unos días. Desde entonces, no puedo volar ni cazar. Estoy muy débil y cazador. Se sorprendió Pedro. ¿Por qué te querría cazar? Soy un dragón. Dragón, los humanos me odian. Mis escamas, mis dientes, mis garras. Quieren matarme y colgar mi cabeza en sus paredes. Eso es horrible. Los humanos son así. Yo no te quiero hacer daño. Quiero ayudarte. ¿Ayudarme? Se extrañó el dragón. ¿Puedes ayudarme? Tal vez pueda curar tu herida. Tengo un mochila. O algo de... ¿Me gustan las galletas? No sé lo que son las galletas. Dragón, estoy dispuesto a probarlas. Si me ayudas, te estaré agradecido. Todos los dragones son tan amables como yo. Hay algunos que te comen sin pensarlo. No te preocupes. Yo confío. Es mi amigo, ¿verdad? Sí, el dragón es mi amigo. Así fue como el dragón se hicieron amigos. Pedro le curó al dragón con agua, vendas y antiséptico. Algunas galletas que le encantaron. El dragón le contó a Pedro muchas historias sobre su vida, sus viajes, sus aventuras y sus secretos. Pedro le contó al dragón sobre su familia, su escuela, sus sueños y sus miedos. Los dos se divirtieron mucho y se rieron mucho. Pedro visitó al dragón todos los días hasta que su pata se curó. Entonces, el dragón le dijo a Pedro que seguro quedarse en la cueva. Los cazadores podían cualquier su aldea. Pedro se puso triste. El dragón son. Un abrazo y le a extrañar mucho. Yo también te voy a extrañar. Dragón, es de mí. Siempre serás mi amigo. Yo siempre seré el tuyo. Tal vez algún día nos volvamos a ver. ¿A que sí? Quiero mucho. Yo también te... Sí, el dragón se despidió de y salió volando de la... hacia el cielo azul. Pedro lo vio alejarse hasta que se perdió de vista. Volvió a su casa, una sonrisa en su cara y una lágrima en su ojo. Había vivido y había hecho una amable. Espero que te haya gustado mi... ¿Qué te pareció?
Ah, bonito.
No idea. Sorry. I've already cashed out of the canned knowledge business.
Ah, salí del negocio.
Huh? You mean you stopped selling it?
That's right. With so much canned knowledge flooding the market, it was becoming impossible to fetch decent prices anymore. Besides, it seems that group of smugglers has practically taken over the market. It's a little rule of mine to never fight for a share of someone else's market. If I'm gonna make Mora, it's gonna be the lion's share. Plus, with regulations getting as tight as they are now, I figured I might as well just hang it up.
Sounds like we came all this way for nothing.
Well, not completely. Granted, I don't know who's behind all the smuggling activity, but since you didn't sell me out, I'll let you in on what I do know.
Buena, gracias.
After all, those smugglers have really crossed the line, butting their way into the market like that. I hope their luck runs out soon so that I can take over. I mean, so that the industry can become more fairly regulated.
Hey, you just want to make more business for yourself.
Don't underestimate its value. Think about it. You can gain all sorts of knowledge while bypassing the troublesome process of studying. Naturally, that makes it a product worth a high price.
Bueno, sí. Tienes razón.
Of course, not everyone needs that kind of knowledge, but in a market as big as Sumeru, there is plenty of demand. Plus, the cost of production is relatively low, so even if dealers have to cover transportation costs, there's still an enormous profit to be made.
Then why does the academia prohibit selling canned knowledge?
Being able to gain complex knowledge and become a scholar with the snap of your fingers does sound like a dream, doesn't it? But everything in the world comes at a price, right? Gaining knowledge is a complicated process. It requires learning, thinking, and practice. Even when it comes to my own business, I have to go through a lot of preparation before I put anything out for sale. But with canned knowledge, one may simply skip all the hassle and get whatever they need to know immediately. That inherently leads to at least two potential problems. First, you'll accept the knowledge as factual without a second thought, and you'll find it very hard to forget. This means that if the knowledge is flawed, then it'll be very difficult to correct. And second, excess use of knowledge capsules over an extended time diminishes your ability to think. You'll end up becoming like a library that can only store knowledge.
Claro, porque pierde criterio.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Traveler, you used canned knowledge before. Did you feel any negative effects?
Of course, using it sparingly is not an issue, which is exactly why I used to sell it. It's just like how medicine can be used to cure diseases, but can also do harm when overused. It all comes down to balancing the right amount. Anyway, back to the point. There'll be consequences if the sale of canned knowledge by those smugglers is left unchecked. And what's worse, you're playing right into their hands by focusing only on the canned knowledge that's made its way into the market. As far as I know, their real purpose is to distribute information about the Court of Desolation. That's where the real business opportunity is.
The Court of Desolation? What's that?
¿Qué es eso?
Rumor has it that it's a site of ruins from the age of King Deshret. It's said that with the treasures inside, one can see beyond life and death. but any research of the ruins is strictly banned by the academia.
Vale.
Word on the street is that there'll be an auction taking place in the desert. They're auctioning rare canned knowledge, some of which is related to the Court of Desolation.
Interesante, vamos por allá
Once I
entonces.
heard about the auction, I began to suspect that all the canned knowledge popping up on the market is just a diversion. I'd wager that their real target is the Court of Desolation. Because studying those ruins is not just a simple matter. It requires knowledge spanning several fields. So, if they're aiming to quickly assemble a research team, canned knowledge would be the best solution. As for the auction, chances are they're trying to attract and scout out anyone with interest or expertise on the subject. On the other hand, no one can say for sure that they will ever succeed in finding the Court of Desolation. So, they might as well just make a fortune while they're at it by hyping up the related canned knowledge at the auction.
Los culiao.
Sounds to Paimon like we better head to the desert and see the auction. Who knows?
Vamos a
we
un
might find
subasta,
some
vamos a
things there.
pujar.
That's right. And now that I've shared all that valuable info with you, it's time to introduce our limited edition desert travel kit. It comes complete with a map straight to the auction location. As I said, I also have to make preparations before I sell things, right? Now, let me consider how much I should sell this for. I've got it! 500,000 mora per kit! That's quite the bargain. We'll even offer a 50% discount for Little Paimon's travel kit. Only 250,000 mora.
Creo que tengo para pagar, así que te lo compro.
That's super expensive. No need to worry, little one. Cyno's the one heading this investigation, isn't he? I'll be sure to bill all the expenses to him. All you'll need to do is tell him to go to the Merchants Guild and pay the bill once the mission is completed. Just, be sure to not send him directly here, though, okay? That would leave me completely in the open. I'm sure the General Mahamatra of the Academia would never leave any debt unpaid, and I can only imagine the funds he's allocated for investigations. Oh, maybe I should charge him more.
We'd better get going. If Dory keeps at it, we'll be out of more.
iPhone 15 maldito. No, comercial feo. Chura Coca-Cola. Hola, Zapto. Hola, Nati, ¿cómo estás? Mira, ahora estoy escuchando a Miku. Exactamente, Vampire de Deco 27. Ese es uno de los más famosos que está en Spotify. De Vampire, epa. Aunque la canción la conocí probablemente con una tipa que canta en japonés. Andamos con confianza. Como que ahora hay que ir al desierto. Gracias, esa no de un portal. Pum 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 pum. Chino cochino. De madre, weón.
Cyno! We got news for you. What the smugglers are really after is a chance to research the Court of Desolation. They're hosting an auction in the desert to sell canned knowledge about those ruins.
The Court of Desolation. I won't ask how you came by this intel, but is it reliable?
We also heard that the Court of Desolation contains treasures from the time of King Deshret. Is that true?
Partially. It was a secret place built by a dark sect from the age of King Deshret. The ruins do contain treasures, but the place is also rife with unknown danger. According to past research, one must forfeit their life as the price of entering. They are not some ordinary ruins, so the academia has strictly prohibited any related however, if they are using the canned knowledge as a way to move information and recruit researchers, then I suppose your conclusion does hold some validity. Less in recent years, but there are always those who attempt to do so, both inside and outside the academia. After all, legends claim that whoever obtains the treasures inside can see beyond life and death, or even resurrect the dead.
Chucha.
Death is often the greatest grievance for many people. Though they're fully aware that the chance of these rumors being true are slim, they hold tight to such fantasies
Sí,
and pursue them
porque
regardless.
si te ofrecen cómo saltarte la muerte, yo creo que es lo que más quiere la gente, pero eso.
That's why some continue to research it, regardless of it being a restricted subject. On top of that, it's hard to do you know where the auction is taking place? Good. We'll go investigate. But before that, we'll have to get rid of these people tailing us.
Huh? People tailing us?
That's right. Let's begin to leave town and see what happens. I'm sure they'll reveal. Don't worry. I'll make short work of them.
That's Cyno for ya. But we can lend a hand too, you know.
¿Me estaban siguiendo? No. Fuck the police.
Hold it right there. Heading to the desert, are we? I would think twice if I were you.
Huh? Who are you?
That doesn't matter. All you need to know is that someone wishes to inform you that it's not too late to turn back.
Uy, esta canción se escucha raro en español, weón.
You must be Cyno. I've heard a lot about you. You've got quite a reputation. But this time you're in over your head. Unless you turn around right now, I'm afraid that even you won't return unscathed. And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you? Hmm?
Camisa de 11 varas. ¿Por qué me están hablando con términos que no conozco? ¿Qué significa el dicho meterse en camisa de 11 varas?
Hola, este es Vin. ¿Te puedo ayudar? El dicho meterse en camisa de 11 varas es una expresión coloquial que se usa para indicar que alguien se mete en problemas o asuntos que no le corresponden o que no le convienen. Su origen se remonta a la Edad Media, cuando se hacía una ceremonia de adopción de un niño que consistía en pasar al niño por la manga de una camisa muy grande, hecha especialmente para la ocasión. Esto simbolizaba la aceptación de la paternidad y los problemas que conllevaba.
Ah.
La camisa medía 11 varas, que eran una unidad de medida equivalente a unos 84 centímetros cada una. Por lo tanto, una camisa de 11 varas era muy larga y difícil de manejar. Espero que te haya sido útil esta información. Si tienes alguna otra pregunta, no dudes en hacerla. Estoy aquí para ayudarte.
Muchas gracias.
That's right! We won't just sit back and do nothing!
Ha! Have you really thought it through? You're not just doing this for recognition, are you, Cyno? My employer said that he's willing to compromise as long as you just walk away. He could, for example, reduce the amount of canned knowledge on the market. I'm sure that would help your investigation appear to be successful enough. On top of that, he's willing to give you a cut of the profit. So you see, you get both Mora and a boost to your reputation.
Is that so? Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept. I've heard enough.
Sorry, no can do. We're getting paid to ensure you disappear. Since you won't turn back willingly, then we're gonna have to make you go back.
Me falta ponerle clic.
New punch.
No one escapes my sight!
Where do you think you're going?
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
Take that!
Positions!
Surrender! Nowhere to run!
The jungle.
Through me, justice is served.
I'll be back.
You are not welcome here.
Uy,
Your penance is due.
Feeling lucky today.
Futile.
You want this one.
Nowhere to
Regret.
easy.
This doesn't change anything. You're in over your head, Cyno. There will be others coming for you. You'll regret it. Let's get out of here.
Bye bye.
No need. Even if we apprehend them, there
Sí,
will
en
be
todo
little
caso.
information to gain.
Claro.
Besides, it might also be a I apologize for bringing you into this dangerous mess. Just being associated with me will inevitably cause you to become targets as well.
No importa.
You should be careful from now on. Sleep with one eye open.
Wait, hold on. There's no way anyone could sleep without closing their eyes.
You'd be surprised. Anyway, just be careful. Mercenaries are never quick to forget. In their line of work, even a single failure is bad for reputation. They may even stay hidden in some dark corner for a very long time, waiting for the right moment to ambush you. Yes. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Chucho.
I was carrying out a mission with one of my superiors. I didn't have much experience at the time, and I let my guard down after we had closed the case. We ended up being attacked by the remainder of the mercenaries.
Interesante. Te pregunté si te había pasado, no que me contaras.
My superior
¿Cómo
was
pasó?
injured while protecting me, and we struggled to gain control of the situation. I've become more vigilant ever since, staying alert even while I sleep.
Whoa, who could have seen that coming? Was he okay?
He survived with a fractured wrist. It took 2 months for him to recover, but luckily, there weren't any further complications. Last year, he transferred to an administrative role for personal reasons, and no longer participates in live missions.
Chucha, no, la muñeca.
His name is Taj Radkani, a very well-respected Matra. You'll have the chance to meet him someday. Anyway, our mission will be dangerous. I'm already used to such grueling conditions, but I don't want to see you two get hurt.
Don't worry, Paimon will stay alert. We'll see danger coming a mile away.
Good. Don't worry, and once this is all over, I'll sweep away any other hidden dangers.
Aquí para allá. A ver, un texto más y yo voy a dejar hasta acá. Porque hace sueño y me tengo que levantar más o menos temprano mañana. Igual ya son las 2:30, así que... Mañana, si me va todo bien, haría... esta cosa del Break the Fall. Quiero avanzar con la historia con...
So hot. If only there was some shade for us to cool off under.
We still have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while longer. This is not a good place to rest anyway.
Okay. But don't you feel hot too, Cyno?
En todo caso.
Of course, but I'm accustomed to these
Ah, lo
conditions.
compro.
Care to share any tips? Paimon's about to melt
Siempre estoy
away.
enojado.
Just try to stay focused. Use your willpower to support your mind. The moment you start to give in is when you'll feel more tired. Take one step after another. Don't let your mind perceive your body's limitations.
Okay, if you say so. But where would be a more safe place to rest? Paimon thinks this is just look around. It's just sand and desert. There aren't any monsters for miles around.
Hay un monstruo.
Oh, where did these scorpions come from?
Watch out. Something's not right about them.
No dejan jugar con él. Y sí.
Well, Paimon really didn't expect to see those here.
Those weren't just normal scorpions. See? There are marked numbers on their pincers. They were raised. Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. These scorpions were sent to keep us away. We are surrounded by desert as far as the eye can see. If we were killed out here, nobody would ever know.
This place is super dangerous. Good thing we didn't let our guard down.
Something's not right. There are no roads in the desert, so how could they know where we are?
Alguien nos está sapeando, ¿no?
Stay still.
Un
There's
ojito.
the answer. They must have planted this on you.
Huh? What is it?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharwar. They can use this, but this device wasn't licensed for mass production. Where did they get it? Could someone from the Ksharwar also be involved? But that doesn't seem right.
Whoa! Paimon never knew that kind of thing even existed.
Ni yo.
Why would it be on him?
They probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier. It was a frantic fight. It's only natural you didn't notice the device.
Well, good thing you were able to find it, son.
No. Hold on to it for now. It might still be useful for us. Let's keep heading to the auction. It would be dangerous to linger here any longer.
Vale, yo voy a dejar esto hasta acá. Hice quizás la mitad del evento. Ok. Busquemos a alguien vivo para hacerle raid. Takato. Yo no tenía una libretita. No se abrió. A ver. ¿Con qué mandarlo? ¿Podría ser con Macan o con Booster? Me equivoqué de programa, po, weón. No puedo abrir las notas. La madre, weón. Ahí abrió. Gato. Booster. Ya, ahora vamos con Booster. Que seguramente está rateando. Ok. Muchas gracias a todos los que aparecieron por acá. A los que me acompañaron, rieron conmigo y de mí. Muchas gracias, Dariencita, por su raid. Bueno, termino temprano hoy porque dos cosas. Uno, ayer hice un directo muy largo y tengo sueño. Me estoy quedando dormido. Y mañana tengo que levantarme temprano. Así que eso. Eh, Nos vamos a la raid, por favor, saluden. Aunque creo que estamos, estoy yo y el Booster. Nos vamos a donde Booster. Sí, a tener ahí dos auto like, dos auto view. Mañana, GG. ¿O estás por terminar ya, Booster? Porque igual ya hay casi 6 horas. O los mando con alguien más. Eh, Terrible. Uf. Pues ya, como tiene justo su foto en la cosa. Ah, lo mataron. No sé si están ganando o perdiendo aún. Pero ya lo voy a mandar para allá. Mañana hay directo. Lo más seguro es que continúe con este jueguito de la mañana. Estaba muy bonito. De la mañana, con el que comenzamos. Y luego, bueno, RPG. El, el juego que se me acaba de olvidar. Break the Fall. Cuídense, cabros, pórtense bien. Bye bye. Tomen agua.
Chao, nos vemos, Giles Colliadas.
Gracias, igual.